Hi, everyone. Welcome to episode 17 of season 1 of Where's That Bar Cart? I am one of your hosts, Nick Dury, along with
Daryl Purvis.
And
I'm Gina Louise Phillips.
Oh, welcome back, Gina Louise, GLP. Welcome back. It's great to have you. Before we'll get this out of the way, Monty's not here. It's not as humorous as last time. He had some sort of a medical issue and is unable to join us. We really sort of debated whether we were going to do this, but we felt we were excited to have this week's guest on and Gina as a host again. So it's the three of us. It'll likely be less funny without Monty, and of course we're sending him all of our love and thoughts. And Daryl's not too pleased with that.
We're
last
both
comment,
we're pretty funny people. I mean,
you and Gina, you mean? Is that what you're?
Yeah,
you and
I
Gina,
mean, yeah.
Not
Yeah,
me.
well,
You're the professional host, Nick.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's one of the most insulting compliments I've ever had.
Do you want to hear an insulting No, I had a person ask me today if I've ever considered becoming a professional comedian.
Oh, Jesus Christ. After you just headlined one of the most major clubs in the country.
The guy knew I was just in Halifax doing shows. I'm like, what do you think I went to Halifax to do shows for? He's like, I just thought maybe just they give you beer or something. And he was being, and I was
serious.
I had to just walk out of a conversation today.
How did it go though, Halifax?
Yeah, it was great. I'm a professional comedian.
Wow, you explain things well too.
Thank you. Anyway, Monty, get better. We miss you already.
Yes, we want you back. We'll have you back soon. Before we do the intro, which we'll pass over to Gina, I do want to update. I just had my annual Bull Moose golf tournament, which is my drunk golf tournament with all my with a few of my cousins and about 40 other dudes. It went great. I do. Wow. This is the update. Actually, this is in line, Daryl, with what you were saying. I didn't know how many guys listen to the podcast, so I'm in the cart playing on the first day with one guy, and we're playing along, and I'm trying to be friendly, trying to talk to him, trying to be funny, that kind of thing. And the guy's giving me nothing. And we get to 7 holes in, and all of a sudden there's like a awkward lull in the conversation. And he turns to me and goes, "You're a lot fucking funnier on your podcast." It was like, Jesus Christ, that level of aggression. I was like, I didn't know I was your monkey boy, that you wanted me to entertain you on our, like, I'm focusing on golf, for God's sake.
Wow.
I can't believe it just didn't. You think I'm funny on the podcast? I would have been so excited.
Thank you.
You think I'm more than a professional host? Wow.
Not that there's anything wrong with being a professional host.
Yeah.
Sure. Now that you're not, Gina, you're shitting all over my professional hosting. But the tournament went great. I played well. I didn't have a panic attack this year, so that's awesome. A win. And it was a good time was had by all. And kudos. I'm going to shout out all the Bull Moose listeners who listen to this podcast, because there's a lot of them, and they gave us great feedback. They'd like a lot more consistency in the format of this podcast, which I didn't know a bunch of drunk degenerates were so concerned with outros and intros of our podcast. But thank you for the feedback, and I survived, and I'm here.
Well, oh my
congratulations.
Gosh, that was a really fun time.
Thank you. But let's get to this week's guest. Gina, we feel it's sort of, you talked about this week's guest on your episode when you were on as a guest, and you've written an article about her. So please.
Absolutely. Yeah, I talk about her probably more than she knows. But I find her name coming up all the time as an example of someone totally awesome, also many accolades, and yet is just out there continuing to try to get better at golf, even though she's already a 2-time national champion. It's so crazy. I just can't wait for you guys to meet her. Her name is Irene Crowchild. She grew up on Tsuut'ina Nation, just outside of Calgary, Alberta. And while I've been here, I heard her story. And so I interviewed her for Score Golf. And I also watched her hit at Golf Future, the indoor driving range in the middle of winter. She has the most amazing torque. She absolutely destroys the ball, and that is why she is a long drive champion. She's won twice in this country and continues to rip it up wherever she goes, and has dreams of winning the Worlds. And when you win in Canada, you actually get automatically entered into the World Championship. So very exciting. I just love following her as she goes on her golf journey.
I was watching videos of her today, so I'm excited to talk to her, but I'm going to say this. I hate how much I like her swing.
Right?
It is.
I wanted to just be like and say like, oh wow, come on, that's all you could do is hit the ball long. But then I'm like, no, that's just a really nice swing. I'm just yeah.
And I have just so many questions about just the expectation on the course from like players that she plays with around what they expect from her on the tee block, and then what the rest of her game is like. So yeah, we are super excited to have her, and yeah, we're really excited. So let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Irene, is she there?
I am on the last hole.
What?
You're on your last hole? Oh my God! What a professional.
Go finish the hole, and we can wait. Yeah, go finish the hole. Yeah,
absolutely.
But
okay, like it's just 2 more shots and we're done.
What do you have? What do you have in?
Try to
what
make
are
it
your
one.
yardage?
Try to make it one shot.
Yardage.
So
breeze.
I think the green is like 460, and I just drove it like to right here, and the green is only like 40 yards away, but through the trees.
God.
Yeah.
Yo.
I'm just doing some quick math. That's 420 yards.
Yeah.
Well, I did cut the corner. So
yeah, so 390.
Yeah.
390. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, go finish your hole, and we'll come back when you're. Don't you hang up? You can.
Yeah,
hang up.
don't rush.
No,
go
hang up.
do your
Don't
thing.
Or do you want to just put? Can someone hold it and we can watch you hit this
Yeah,
ball?
maybe
We
we
haven't
can-
done this yet.
Oh my
no,
God! This is
I'm
incredible.
golfing with my grandpa that's like 83 years old, and I don't think he'll get it because I told him, yeah, I'm gonna do a podcast, like I need to leave. He's like, no, we got 1 more hole left. They could wait. I was like, oh, okay.
I think you're selling him short. He's on next week. Actually, we booked him.
Well, you can't argue with grandpa, so you gotta go.
Yeah, you gotta go finish this hole.
Yeah.
Finish your hole, and we'll come back.
A few moments later.
So we were down 1, and then we just tied it up. So we have 1 more playoff hole.
Oh.
That's
Well,
awesome. Go play your playoff hole.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love these updates.
Yeah, win it.
Okay. Just we'll just play this one.
Yeah, I'll play this one. Yeah. I love this.
Okay.
This is so cool.
Okay, hopefully 10 minutes.
Don't worry
No.
about it.
Oh.
Play your whole. No.
Yeah.
Enjoy
Can we
it.
listen to your tee shot? I just want to hear you. I want these guys to hear it.
Oh
okay?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
Well,
who
while
are you
you're
playing with other than your grandfather? Who are you with?
Please.
So this is golf league, and it's like 2-man best ball. So I'm actually playing my cousin and another elder right now.
Nice.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
What
And-
happens when you beat an elder, like at golf? Is there a respect thing there where you're like, now you can take it?
No, there's no remorse out here.
I love it. And Irene, overall, like, how is today going for you personally? Like, are you swinging well?
Oh,
You hitting
rough.
it well?
Rough. The past 2 days I've been like golfing. Played in the scramble Saturday. Sunday I played silver tip. Yesterday I shot golf balls for a women's tournament, and now I'm out here and there's like a knot in my left lower back. So I'm like, I'm done, but I'm still here.
Yikes.
Wow.
You need like a
But
stretcher.
yeah, and that's like that's a 30-year-old thing, right?
Oh
Yep.
yeah,
Like-
30-year-old thing.
Oh God.
Yeah.
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 Daryl,
Mhm.
remember those 30-year-old things?
Irene, I literally threw my back out sitting on a patio for too long last week. And that is a true story. I'm still dealing with it. All I did was sat down for 2 hours. Yeah, so that's 50. Get ready for 50.
Oh, I don't think I'm ready for that.
What course are you playing?
Redwood Meadows.
Nice. Okay, so guys, that's right by Bragg Creek in Bragg Creek, right? Yeah, in Alberta.
It's on Tsuut'ina Nation.
Nice.
Tell your group that you're taking a mulligan because the podcast you're recording didn't get to hear it.
That one's like right side of the green.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah. No, but I hit it high, so it's like behind the sack trap. But still a pretty good luck.
Nice.
wow. If only I could hit that far. My gosh.
Someday, Gina, someday.
Well,
Maybe one day you could grow up to be just like me.
That's my dream.
You can grow up to be a younger you.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll obviously get into the whole story like when we like once you're done. But like today, Irene, how many fours did you go for in one?
No, grab your ball. How many what?
How many
Par
par
fours.
fours did you try to green it?
Just so far, just this one. You know what?
Mm.
Like Redwood actually does have some pretty like long par fours. So it's more the front nine are the ones that are reachable, but the back nine here, no.
But is every par five a go for you?
Like just full swing or?
Well, no,
Go
no,
for
to
in
go
two.
for in two.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Could you imagine?
What do you have left? 13 yards? What's going on? What's that
No,
measurement?
I actually have 70 yards to the pin, so not as far as I thought, but still 70 yards. And then the team we're playing are like maybe 130.
I
So
love that
gotta
she could shoot them with a rangefinder, but she's like, fuck that. No, they're just way further back.
Oh,
That's
and
so
you know
great.
what? I don't think any of them hit the green. Okay, we got a chance.
Go time.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna put you guys down.
Okay.
We put ourselves down all the time.
Okay, we just won. My Muslim
Yes.
just sunk a 30-footer.
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah,
Wow.
for
Nice
birdie. That 206 shot. Yeah, my 5 got me there, and yeah, he just sunk it. So finito.
Incredible.
Yeah, put those winning
Congrats.
glasses back on, those winning shades.
There we go.
We were
you.
so unbelievably excited to have you on and to meet you. When we had Gina on as a guest, she's now a professional host. And when she talked about the article, like we were so excited, and when Gina said that you might be interested, we were so incredibly excited. So thank you for doing this.
No, thank you for asking me.
And like we're
thank
not,
you, Gina, for
yeah.
pumping my tires.
Oh my
Of
god.
course, always. I'm like your media rep now. It's so good. So tell us where you're at right now with your game, because I know you're trying to get better at golf overall, not just focusing on long drive, because maybe one day LPGA is in your sights. I don't know. Do you still have that goal?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And this year I really have seen it. Like I've like watched my golf game like progress, especially at the Tsuut'ina Nation annual celebrations golf tournament here. It's an all native tournament, and it's like the best indigenous like golf players across Canada. They come to this tournament, and you know what? After the first and second day, I was sitting second place,
Wow.
and I'm like, who's this?
Wow.
Because like I don't practice enough. You know, I'm long drive trained. I'm not so much golf trained, and like that's the thing. Like I haven't even been focusing on golf,
Right.
on like technique or my golf swing, I guess. And so I was just like, you know what was crazy? I couldn't figure out my gamer driver because I'm so used to my long drive driver that I just used a 4-iron or a 5-iron off the tee for the whole tournament.
Really?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Now,
and
would
I
you
was like
sorry
keeping
for
up with the ladies.
well, yeah, sorry for the ignorance on this, but like, is your long drive driver, would it be illegal?
No, so it is USGA like approved or legal, I guess. But in like look, I almost okay. So with my long drive driver, I don't use it to play golf with it because a lot of these sand traps here are in range. So I'm just trying to like hit the fairway, like I guess hit the fairways in like regulation. And then also like off number 1, it's a dog leg left. Like I could almost green it, but I'm going over trees. Like they're risky shots.
Mm.
What's the difference between the competitive driver and your regular driver? I'm assuming the competitive one's Park Cannon.
Yeah, it's a rocket. No, it's the length. Like so my long drive driver right now is sitting at a 46.5, and then my gamer driver is a 45. And like just those couple of inches, um like it does add distance. And like I do have another long drive shaft that's like 47, but right now I'm too wild to use that.
We're talking like a 9.5, or like, is there even lower? Can you get a driver head that's like a 9 or something? Like
So
that?
I do have a 5-degree long driver head.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a Callaway Epic Flash. It's like,
Oh
yeah,
my
it's like
God.
long drive.
5 degrees. Is that what?
Yeah.
I wish Monty was here because I'm pretty sure that's what he uses, but he's not here to talk about that. But
And we're not like overly technical with gear and stuff, but I do have a couple questions that
Yeah.
I'm just so curious about. Do you use different balls for long drive than you do if you were playing golf?
Yeah. So like, with long drive, they pick them though. So like, I don't get to
Oh, okay.
choose
Right.
what
oh,
ball to
everybody's using
use.
the
Yeah.
same ball.
Same ball.
Yeah. So it could
Oh.
be like at Canadian Nationals, it is Pinnacles or Top Flights. They
Mhm.
kind of switch between the two. And then at World Long Drive at the time, it was Volvic. And I think that's what they're using at the professional driver or professional long drive association. So that's like the new World Long Drive.
Right.
I see. And sorry, two more questions. And then when you're playing just regular golf, what kind of balls are you using?
Oh, those TP5s, those picks,
Oh yeah.
like with a bunch of triangles, just because the alignment for putting, it's perfect for me. Like
Yeah.
maybe I'm a lazy golfer, but if I don't have to draw a line, I'm good. Just buy them. But they're also like
That's
super
great.
soft balls and they're great off the tee. Like it's just feel right.
Yeah.
Like just preference. Yeah.
Okay, this is my last question that I had prepared. Well, no, there's others.
You're
but
allowed to ask questions.
Yeah, do you know
I'm a
this is a
professional.
podcast?
Irene, I don't know if you know, I'm a
Irene, it's Nick's
professional,
first time on the podcast, so he's a little nervous.
professional host. Okay, what are others' expectations of you standing on a tee? And do you feel pressure? Like, do people expect that you're going to absolutely bomb it, and thus does that translate into pressure that you have to bomb it and be pure with it every time?
No, like honestly, absolutely. Those are people's thoughts. Like, oh,
Yeah,
she's gonna green it, or like,
yeah.
watch it, watch this. Like, I could hear those, or like, can I record it? I'm like, yeah, go for it. Like, I've played actually in a few Indigenous women's golf tournaments this summer, and like, I'm used to it though. Like, people will pull out their phones or
Mm,
like their Snapchats, and like, is this okay? Or some people don't even ask. Like, I've gotten to that point where I'm used to it. I'm okay with like the cameras being out. Um, I think pressure wise, um, hmm, I don't think there's too much pressure. Like, I guess like you could say like I don't put that pressure on myself
yeah,
because
yeah.
like I think like once you're this far into the game, if your mental game is crumbling and you're on the tee shooting golf balls, like I guess in front of people, like what are
Yeah.
you doing?
Right.
You have to stay so mentally strong, I'm sure, all the time anyway. So once you get out and just play a normal round, it must feel almost like nothing because the pressure is off a bit. You just
Oh
get
yeah,
to enjoy. Yeah.
yeah. Like and I think that's the big difference. If you ask me if there's pressure with long drive, absolutely. Like
Mm,
I'm not even gonna like act like there's not, but there's definitely pressure in like I I put a lot of like I guess I have a lot of like expectations of myself
yeah.
to do well on like the long drive. On the long drive stage. Sorry, I just like brain fart there. It's like, what is it called again? But
All good.
but on the golf course, it's different because like it's not my game. Like, I mean,
Right.
I do want it to be my game, but for like right now, it's like I'm just playing for fun, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
On long drive, do you because I've seen some long drive competitions where the players like amp themselves up to get that extra adrenaline to try to get extra yardage. Do you do that, or are you like calm of mind and just try to swing through?
Calm of mind. For
Really
me in the
cool.
past, yeah, like for me in the past, everything gets so super tight on top,
Yeah, I can
and like
imagine.
I'm a robot, and so I'm just like trying to think like loose and just a nice smooth swing, like some butter on some pancakes, like just
That's awesome.
absolutely smooth.
That's so
And
cool.
then and like honestly power will come after that, because once you build that confidence, then like I guess you could say that's kind of when the adrenaline starts to kick in, like, you know what, I just hit a good drive, let's go again, but harder. Yeah.
Okay, this is a really specific question, but I'm a fitness nut, so I need to know. When do you
Yeah.
breathe out? Do you breathe out right before you hit, or do you
That's a
breathe out as you swing?
great question,
As I
GLP.
swing. So like once I get to the top, like sometimes you might even like hear me where I'm like I'm breathing in, but then it's like
Awesome.
yeah.
Love that. It like powers you through, right?
Yeah.
I can't
Mhm.
believe you even know that. I've been playing golf for like 30 plus years, and I'm pretty sure I've never even breathed during a shot.
No, you
I
should
think I
try
hold my
breathing.
breath. Yeah, is that what I've been doing wrong?
Breathing
Yep.
is a pretty key thing for being a human. You should maybe check
Yeah,
it
but
out.
I mean, a golf swing only lasts what, 15, 16 minutes? Like I can hold it. Yeah, I
Well,
don't.
the whole thing is like if you breathe out, you're actually emptying your stomach and you're able to contract your core. You can't really, if you contract your core in a way with a full breath in, you risk a hernia if you then exert yourself. So
Yeah,
I
Daryl.
always think from a fitness perspective, you want to breathe out at the hardest part of whatever movement.
Stop risking hernias, Daryl. That's
Yeah.
the message of the podcast.
Oh God, a 94 and a hernia. Worst day ever.
Irene, on the golf course, what is the weakest part of your game? Like, what do you think you need to work on the most to take it to the next level?
Mm,
If
I
you say
think
nothing, that's the
this
ballerest thing I've ever heard.
Put your glasses on.
I wish. Um, I would say accuracy. So
Mm,
like I could hit the ball, I could hit my irons like the right yardage, but it's like the aiming. Like for example, my miss is a like a draw.
mm-hmm.
So like I could be like it's yeah, like I have the right yardage, or I know my yardage. It's just the aim in. So like I could leave myself with like a 30-foot putt, and sometimes I three putt those, but like my putting's pretty good. But it's like yeah, the accuracy for sure.
In a
I
long
noticed,
drive,
oh, sorry.
you
I just want to say I noticed that you were wearing a baseball hat while you played. People with bucket hats, how do you feel about them?
Love it.
Oh, that, yeah, we all do. We all do. We're all big fans of bucket hats here.
you are outnumbered, Daryl.
Yes. Irene, you
Love
have
bucket
no
hats.
idea. You have no idea what you've just done.
Yeah, now I have to respect Nick.
We always debate bucket hats because I love them, Nick loves them,
Yeah.
but then Monty and Daryl are on the fence. So now you're on.
Why
Our
are
I
team.
don't, I
you?
don't think I'm on the fence. I just don't
Oh, sorry,
have.
you're off the fence. You're
Yeah,
firmly on the other side of the fence.
yeah. I don't know. It's not. I don't hate bucket hats. This is nice. We're keeping consistent by talking about bucket hats, but
Okay, I've got a question. So you talk about your accuracy. So in a championship where you're trying to win the title for long drive, how narrow is the field that you have to hit the ball in?
So Canadian Nationals, it's 39 yards, and PLDA, I believe it's 52 yards. But that's the thing, I'm pretty accurate with my driver, but
Okay.
it's my irons that I'm
All right.
inaccurate here. But yeah,
Because it would suck to hit so hard and far and then find out that you weren't, you were like, we're
Right.
out of
Yeah,
bounds.
yeah. Can you walk us through your pre-shot routine for a long drive?
yeah. So what I usually do, so first thing, you tee it up,
Mhm.
and then
How high?
We're following. We're following.
Are you,
I
are you
don't see you
breathing at this
writing
point?
notes.
Is there breathing?
Is this when Daryl starts holding his breath?
No, no, you gotta like deep breaths, because like for me, I'm usually like that pressure's there, that the
Yeah.
nerves are real, and so I'm focusing on my breath. But as I like tee up, I walk behind the ball and I see where I'm gonna aim, and then I kind of line it up with like anything on the grass.
Yep.
So usually some grids, they do have like for example at Canadian Nationals it says Starks Golf Course, and so like it's spray painted out, or I don't know, like I don't think it's spray paint, but paint that you can put on grass. So they mark out a Starks Golf Course, and it's like maybe 15 feet long. And so on my side of the grid, it's like the end of the S that I kind of use to line up with somewhere down on the grid where I want to aim. And so I'm not like looking up and out of where I'm hitting, but I'm looking down and like, are my toes aligned? Okay, so yeah, I find the line, get ready. I go set myself up, and my driver's behind the ball, and my toes with that same line. I'm kind of like looking, like, okay, are my toes lined up with it? Usually, the way I line myself up is like similar to a golf swing, but my right foot is back and like kind of out like this,
Mhm.
just to save my knee. And so that's when I know that I'm lined up good. And then I take a quick look and then back down and then breathe in and then go around the world, breathe out, and come back. And like
That's
hit.
great.
Yeah.
I've been like, so the last couple of years that I started to play well, it's been when I've really had a like stringent pre-shot routine.
Yeah.
And that's when I've like been able to score well. The last 3 rounds I've played, one round wasn't great and the other rounds were okay. I've gone through my routine, and as soon as I start to take the club away, I get a little yippee. And it's
Oh,
like a weird like little thing where I kind of hesitate a few times and I can't take the club away. And it's really starting
yeah.
to concern me.
Have you tried breathing?
No, actually, I was holding my breath for the previous 15 minutes. Yeah.
Is it like a self-doubt thing where you're thinking like,
100%.
oh, okay,
100%.
so
It's a fear of failure. It's all of those things.
positive affirmations,
Yeah.
but then also time on the range. Like those shots that you're feeling that type of way, like that's something that I do after, let's say, a round of golf, where like during the tournament there, I knew the shots that I wasn't hitting the best, or like
Mhm.
Pierre, let's say, or Pierre, or like the best. I went to the range and just kind of like focused on, like, for example, it was my 4 iron, my 5 iron, the lower clubs that I was like hitting low, like stingers, but
Mhm.
usually I hit them like in the air, like about 240, 220, 4 and 5. And so I had to kind of like the whole pre-shot routine, but then also thinking about those shots, like building that confidence out on
Yeah,
the
right.
range.
Yeah,
And like of course on the range we're all pros.
of course.
It's like it's such a big difference when you're out on the course and you're like, you know what, I was just hitting the best out on the range. What happened? So building confidence on the range is key. Practice.
Love it.
There
That's
you go,
awesome.
Nick.
Yeah. Thank you, GLP. Appreciate it. I think we should, should we do the par 5 questions?
Yeah.
Gina, do you want to introduce them?
So you're
Oh,
I think I know what to say.
Oh, she was doing it.
Do it. I'm sorry,
I
but I'm just so
hesitated.
nervous for everybody.
Positive affirmations until Carol went, ooh.
It's
Yeah,
a lot of your big shoes to
a
fill here.
lot of infighting amongst this dynamic of hosts.
So you're telling me this is a par 5.
Oh,
Did I do it?
So smooth, so incredible.
Did we used to have another host? Was there another host we used to have? I can't remember.
No, doesn't matter. You know, he says it so not like an intro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like he says
no,
it like,
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I
Oh,
knew I
he's-
couldn't oversell it because I know it's something I would normally do. But I was like, cut the enthusiasm, just say it.
Monty says something like it's not meant to be. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, that
Mhm.
checks completely. Okay. Okay. Irene, we sent like these questions ahead of time, so hopefully you've had some time to think about it. But I'm gonna ask. This is part A of number 1. What is your favorite golf course?
Silvertip, easy.
Awesome.
Canmore.
Love it. Is
You
it the
want me-
course you've
okay.
played the most?
No.
Okay.
So Redwood Meadows is the one that I've played the most. I don't know. Are these just like quick questions, or do you want to give me?
You can
Go.
expand. We want you to
Expand.
expand.
Oh,
Talk about
okay.
why
Yeah,
you
yeah.
like it. Go.
We've
for
got
it.
Oh, okay,
4 more
okay.
hours to fill and only 5 questions. So
Perfect. I love Silvertip because it is just such a challenging, like, I don't know if you guys there's no swearing, right?
No,
no,
You
you
can
swear
say
as much as you
whatever
want.
you
It's
goddamn
so
want to.
fucking challenging, but I
Love it.
love it. It's like adrenaline. Like it's literally, I feel like a kid in a playground because like it's number 2, that par 5 where you could see the green, but then the slopes, and you're like, okay, like this one's definitely going into the trees. But if you're lucky, you hit a hill and it like bounces all the way down. If it's like if the fescue's not there, but yeah. Anyway, it's like super challenging. I love the slope, and like I gotta pump Les Ferber's, I think that's how I pronounce it, his tires up because like holy crap, he's done a hell of a job on that golf course.
So cool. I've
That's
never
great.
played Silvertip, but it's on my list.
What?
I know. I don't know how.
You got to get out there.
Yeah, get to a JLP. The part
Yeah.
B of that question is you could play any course in the world other than Augusta, St. Andrews, or Pebble.
Oh, definitely. Michael Jordan's The Grove.
Oh,
Just because it seems like a balling course, I feel like I would have a lot of fun at it because it's not your typical like prestige, like, or sorry, pronounce that wrong, but that it's not your like typical like
snobbish bullshit.
Yeah.
The term you're
yeah.
looking for.
we
Yeah.
got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
Like it's
yeah.
fun.
Thank you.
We
You're
actually
reading my
had
mind.
Dan Quinn on who plays that course.
Yeah,
What?
Yeah, and he plays it with Wayne Gretzky,
yeah.
and he said they'll be there, and like Michael Jordan's there, and like who else? Ricky Fowler will be there, and Dustin Johnson, and said it's just ridiculous.
That's living the golf dream right there. Like
Yeah, that's not
pretty,
bad at all.
That's
Yeah.
pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, I asked him if he ever thinks like how crazy it is that he's there, but he also played in the NHL for a long time, so I think he might have been insulted by that.
Yeah. I won a cup with Lemieux, or I don't know if he won a cup.
He used to
with
play
Lemieux.
on a line with Mario Lemieux, but
Yeah.
don't you find it crazy that you get to play that golf course?
What an
Well,
accomplishment.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of dreams or ideals, Irene, the next question is: you can put together your ideal foursome, with the caveat no PGA, LPGA, or I guess Live Tour golf players. Who is rounding out your foursome? Oh, and anyone alive or dead.
So many rules.
Well,
Yeah, well,
this
you
is
know,
what
we're
this
gonna get
podcast is about.
we made a lot of rules because we were afraid we were gonna get like the same answers all the time if we didn't, and then we made the
Yeah.
rules and we get the same answers all the time. It's Bill Burr every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill Burr, who's that?
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Exactly.
This
Who is he? Yeah.
I can't wait for your answers.
Yeah.
He's a comedian.
Oh, Bill Murray.
Oh, Bill Burr.
Bill Burr.
no, no. Honestly, I saw this one and I was like, "Man, I don't even know if I want to golf with anybody that's not a professional." Jokes, but I'm gonna
Whoa.
totally cheat on. No, 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 not like that. But like, like, I mean, how? Sorry, that came out totally wrong. I meant that, like,
No, you're good.
No.
okay.
It was just
I
our
mean, like,
reaction.
Yeah.
we're cutting that one. Jokes, but like, I don't know. I did see this question and it just I did not do my homework.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
So
You know
That
what?
is
They
fair.
don't even have to be people who play golf. Just who do you
Yeah.
admire? Like who
Yeah, who
are
do you wanna
3
hang out
people
with?
you admire that you
I
want
mean,
to?
it could be the three of us on the Zoom call.
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Who would you like to spend 4 hours with in your element? Where
Yeah.
like
Okay.
you're the best player, they're sort of in awe of you, but you get to also just spend
Yeah.
4 hours walking around or in a cart with.
Okay. I think I gotta go with my like 3 comedians: Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, and Jesse McCarthy.
Yes.
Wow, there we
Yeah.
go.
Wait a minute, I don't. Who's
Yeah.
Jesse McCarthy?
Isn't
Yeah.
that the
Jenny McCarthy.
Jenny
Jenny.
McCarthy. Right.
Oh, okay. See,
I
but
love
that's the
that
thing. But see, that's the thing. Like, there's not much. Like, I could be. Like, how do I say this? Like, I guess there's not that many people out there that I do like truly, like that I don't know that I admire. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
So
great.
like,
Totally.
when it comes to like family, like I guess I golf with all of them,
Mhm.
or anybody outside of the golf community. I
That's
guess there's
great.
not there's not anybody that like I guess I'm a fangirl of, because
To
it just
me,
like
yeah, that speaks
yeah.
to your character, I think, a bit. I just don't think you put people who don't need to be on pedestals on pedestals. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
celebrities, or it's like, well, okay, I don't know. It doesn't impress me that much, which is like, I think, such a great quality that you have.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm still reeling from seeing Tommy Lee run by.
Well,
So I
I
mean,
mean,
that's the
not
height
a-
of celebrity.
In a bucket hat.
It's not every day. And well, let me preface the third question. We've sent it to you, but we were actually like hesitant to know if you wanted to come on, just because the name of this podcast is "Where's That Bar Cart," which insinuates drinking, and we had a question around what people drink on the golf course, and we know you've got your history and things, and so we weren't sure. But Gina sort of reassured us that you like talking about this kind of stuff, and weren't sort of shy about talking about alcohol and that kind of thing. But so that's the preface to the question. The actual question is, how do you keep cool on the course, like on a hot summer day? What do you do to keep cool?
What do you drink?
Mhm.
that keeps me
Or
cool?
drink, or is it attire? Do you stay in the cart? Do you seek shade out at any time you can?
On the super hot days, I think I've got. I don't know. I think. Mm, I guess it hasn't been too hot for me yet for me to find out.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Are you drinking?
But,
Are you keeping like ice water nearby? Are you drinking a Diet Coke? What do you
no, just
Gatorade?
blue Gatorade,
Gatorade,
even if it's
nice.
warm.
Yep.
Like nothing too special. Like I just wear my bucket hat that Daryl loves, and
You keep
No.
that wet?
that's good enough. That's good enough for me.
Now, Irene, you have been proudly sober for how many years now?
September will be 5.5 years.
Oh, good for you. That's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Congrats. I bet that helps you kind of stay focused on the
Yeah,
golf
I was
course
gonna
as
say.
everybody is drinking around you and falling apart.
You know what's crazy? I just like golf with when was it? I think it was like 2-3 weeks ago. And yeah, they were. And like it was just for fun. It was just a round, but not gonna lie, it was like maybe my ego was like a little bit fed there because I was like, oh, Like these guys thought they were deadly. I'm beating them. Like playing from the blues with them.
Yes.
So it was good.
Nice.
You like see them crack a beer and you're like, perfect. I'm gonna get them.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 4. This is another 3-parter. You're welcome. What is the angriest you've ever seen someone on the golf course?
Oh, just like I think hopefully we have all seen this because it's awesome. Is just like a putter or a wedge goes flying
Oh,
like,
yeah,
off the
yeah,
green into the trees. Yep. Easy.
I
It's
once
so
saw
funny.
someone throw an 8-iron and a 7-iron into the woods, and then they stuck up in the tree, and those clubs were never found. And that's why my 7-iron and my 8-iron don't match my set.
Stop. Is that real?
Yeah, that's real. Every time I play
Oh,
that course,
shit.
I go look and just see what I played it in the fall one time. All the leaves are gone, and I was like, can I see it? All the leaves are gone. But no, I couldn't see either one of them.
Oh my God. So you're just constantly searching for the ghost of your irons. That's
Pretty
so-
much. But
See,
you know
like-
what the
Sad
worst part
too.
was? I was playing great, and then I hit a drive right up against a lip in a bunker. And then it took me 3 shots to get it out, and I was like, "You son of a!" And I just threw the 7-iron, and then I'm like, "Yeah, you
Wait,
should have hit an 8-iron." And then I went back and got the 8-iron, threw that in the woods because I was mad at myself that I didn't hit the 8-iron to begin with. So
then you just lost them forever.
yeah, it was in a really thick tree where I threw them, and it's you go in there and it's like vines almost, like it's stuck. They're stuck up there for sure. It's all right. I got good irons. They're nice now. I got better irons.
GLP, I assume you've never broken a club. Have you ever
No.
tossed anything?
I think that would be impressive though, just to snap it.
Mm.
Oh, that would be great. I'd probably feel really good. No, I have never thrown. I think it's because I worked for Score Golf where I had to like continually under immense pressure when I was so bad at golf, play with great golfers.
Right.
And I just learned to be like, no, like just like suck down any emotion whatsoever and just keep smiling. Which like, I don't know. I don't know if I needed to go that far with it. I could have been a bit more real, but now that I'm a bit more, I'm better at golf and I've worked at golf. So yeah, I'm starting to notice I have more of a temper when things go sideways. So now I'm gonna have to learn how to control that.
I try breathing.
And Irene, have you ever broken a club either out of anger or just out of sheer velocity of your swing?
Sheer
have you ever
power.
snapped a shaft or something?
Not a shaft, but I've definitely smashed in 2 driver heads from just
Damn.
swinging. But I've never broken a club out of anger. I have not thrown one, but I do let out the F word like plenty of times. Easy.
Yeah, same.
And
Can you describe? Hold on, that smashing the head of the club. What did that feel like? That must have been huge adrenaline rush.
You know what's crazy is that you don't know it until you like hit a few more golf balls and you're like, my driver's off. And you take a look and you're like, holy shit, what did I just do? Yeah.
Maybe that's the problem with my driver. I've just hit it too hard.
Okay, so those times that you do lose it a little bit and say fuck on the golf course, how do you stop from losing it more? Like what do you do to like regain your composure? Such a good question from a professional host.
Well, I think I'm like so far into the game. I don't even know how I got to this point, but it's just like a quick like fuck me and then on to the next shot.
And that's it.
Like you gotta move on fast. Like if you dwell on those things, like I found out like early on in like when I was like 17, 18, that like you can't dwell on it because let's say if your approach shot, you had a decent drive, your approach shot is like on the green off the green on a par 4, you could still chip and putt it. But when I did lose it or like just like let those not so good feels consume me, I walked off with a double par. So like I kind of like obviously trial and error, right? Had to really like take those double pars and just kind of like learn from it and grow. So like now, like this is my 11th year playing this game, that, yeah, it's just like, no, you got to move on fast because this will affect your game. Like,
Right.
yeah.
Can I ask you a question that doesn't have anything to do with this? When was the moment when you went, hold, like, did just everybody go, you should enter long drive contests? Like, what was that moment?
So
I'm a pretty good host.
Yeah, it's a par 6 now.
that moment was actually, I think it was my first year of golfing, and I was golfing with a member. I'll always remember his name because he has the same name as my dad. His name was Paul. He was a member over at the Buffalo Run golf course. Like Tsuut'ina has 2 golf courses, so it was a 9-hole course, and yeah, he was a member there, and we went out for a round. And I remember this was on the first par 4 that I ever drove in my life, number 6 at Buffalo Run. And it was yeah, we're like walking up to the green, and he's kind of like, do you know who Lisa Longball is? And I was like, no, is that her real last name? And he kind of laughed, and he's like, no. He's like, but like, Google her. Like, she's like this Canadian long drive champion. She was here from Calgary. And I think that's something that you should get into, is like long drive. And so I was like, huh, okay. And yeah, later that night on my dial-up internet, I'm Google searching Lisa Longball, and that's kind of where I found out, like, that's really, that day, or like that evening, was when this dream of being a Canadian long drive champion, like that seed was like planted. So I remember that day.
That's awesome. That actually dovetails perfectly into the last question, which is your favorite golf moment, which I think the phrasing of the question denotes that it's something in your past, but I kind of sort of feel like your favorite golf moment is still in your future. You know what I mean? Because there's so much ahead of you.
I mean, like, I just got chills right there.
So did I.
Like there
These two are fighting for top broadcast
Wow.
person here, and now Nick has just brought his game up. He knows he's not wearing a bucket hat this week. He's really brought, by the way, that lack of consistency, no bucket hat.
Well,
yeah,
okay.
But yeah,
Is
what
this
a
my
question.
retirement party?
Yeah. What a question.
Well, I don't know. Was there a question in there? Like what? Like
Yeah.
what do you? Okay. Like, well, I guess what are you most excited about in the future?
I think what I guess I like, this is just gonna like this hits my feels of like, I think of what I'll be able to do in this game, and like whether it's like accomplished or to experience. Like, I feel like just 2 weeks ago when I met Michelle Lee, I like, that was awesome. That was a big confirmation that I'm on the right path for me.
Yeah.
And like, just to like like days before that, I was doubting myself. Like, what am I doing? Why did I leave my job? Like, am I even good at long drive? Like, is this something that's for me, or am I just like living a fantasy right now? And so when that all happened, like, and like, it wasn't just meeting Michelle Wee, but it was that whole Shaw Classic week of like people noticing me at Shaw Classic, like, because I have my bucket hat on.
Yay.
I have my sunglasses on. And so you can't really like notice, like, hey, that's Irene. But I had people like, hey, are you Irene? And I was like, yeah. Oh, you're the long drive champ. And I
Wow.
didn't recognize these people. And that's kind of where it like really hit me, where it's like you're like, I think, yeah, it just like hit me like, well, if this is like the start of it, like, this can't be the end of things, or this
Right.
can't be the end of like my golf journey, like, like, I feel like I'm meant to do much more. And so
Yeah.
like the way you said it, Nick, I was like, yeah, that gave me chills, because I really truly believe that I'll have some of my greatest moments like in the future to come.
That's so cool. That's so awesome.
It's
What would
crazy
be
though
the
that you think that you have those moments where you think, am I good at this? But you're like a two-time national champion. You're not good at it. You're great at it.
Right.
That's
I know why she feels that way because I interviewed her once before. It's because, if correct me if I'm wrong, Irene, it's because you feel like you stumbled on golf because of all your natural talent. And like that win came as such a surprise initially, right? So does that play into how you view yourself?
Oh, good question.
I'm taking the crown back.
GLP is so
Honestly.
competitive. No one's gonna ask a better question than me.
Like honestly, that does play a role into why I do think this, or do think like I don't think it's all a fluke. Like I definitely do believe like everything happens for a reason. I'm different. I'm
Mm,
different in this industry. I don't have everything like handed to me.
right.
But I'm not saying like everybody that's like professional. Like I mean, there is a high percentage of individuals that do have like the way paid for them, or
Mhm.
like bought for them, or I don't know, whatever it is. But I do see it and I do feel it that I'm different. That like different, as in like these individuals have been playing since they were kids.
Yeah.
I have I started when I was 16. I have that about 5-6 year gap of like addiction in the middle of this. And then, I'm still on my healing journey, still in my recovery. Like I'm still like I'm an alcoholic. And
Mm,
that is something that's real. And that's something like I am super proud of, because like a lot of like I guess like it kind of gives me that extra edge, because I'll like try like I'm just going to put all, how do you say, um I know what it is to have nothing
mm,
and to struggle. Like, and so I think that gives me an extra edge. But like I'm different. Like I don't fit in with the people. I don't fit in with like this industry. Sometimes it feels like so. Like it does make me question, like, am I right for this?
that's good.
But
This
yeah.
golf needs more people who are different.
yeah. Keep
You know
fucking
what?
being different.
Yeah,
God damn.
yeah, yeah.
Thank
It's
you.
so cool.
Yeah, you've definitely faced a lot of situations where you feel discriminated on the golf course or people
Mm.
give you sideways looks. Has that changed? Even like as your star rises, are people just more automatically accepting of you? And I guess a second part to that question, like, are you willing to forgive golf on that level, or does it still affect you?
Oh, definitely forgiveness. Like, um, I'm not one to hang on to grudges. Like, that's not like mine to hold on to. Like, I don't have, like, I hope for the best when I go to golf courses. I hope for the best when I go to like
Mm.
these type of like, let's say golf events. And like, it's just like, if you're going to give me some shitty attitude, I'm not going to give it right back. I'm just going to like ignore you,
Right.
like, I'm just like, well, I don't need to deal with this. Like, I'd rather be like, at the end of the day, I'd rather be happy. I'd rather have my peace. I'd rather like enjoy myself than to like feed into that. Like, and by the way, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. Right. That's so awesome.
Well, the thing about
I'm
golf, it does invite a lot of dicks. I can just say that. There's a lot of douchebags in golf, and
a lot of
Yeah.
white male douchebags, if we can
there's two of them
call
here
it
right now. Two of them right
Well,
now.
I was talking about other people, Daryl, but I was
Yeah.
trying to separate us.
Yeah.
But thank you.
Yeah. You know what's funny? I was thinking about this the other day. Like when I grew up playing golf, people used to, make fun of me because it wasn't considered like a manly game.
Right.
And now it almost feels like people make fun of me because I'm not manly enough for golf, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like there's so
Yeah, I
much,
think I get you.
it's become like
Yeah.
the alpha male sport
Yes.
somehow. And you're like, how did this switch in that time
Yeah.
to, and I'm sure there's alpha males listening to this right now, and we appreciate you for listening. You
Well,
fucking scumbags. But we can cut that in post, right?
yeah, I'm not going to.
No, but I mean it is. It's a weird how it's changed. Like, yeah.
It's a
kind
big
of
frat boy.
yeah, and
Yeah.
what happened? When did that become that thing? I don't understand. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Maybe like as golf has gained a younger demographic, it's drawn sort of a young demographic that can afford it. And
Maybe.
Yeah.
go on like guys
Maybe.
golf trips, and you know what I mean? Like there's still a
Right.
privilege aspect to it. So perhaps that's maybe why certain personalities are drawn to it. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like with the younger generation, it's just like a bunch of friends, like bunch of bros just golfing together. Because that's what I found. Like nobody, especially with these Gen Zs, like I feel like the future for golf is definitely gonna be better. Because I found myself golfing with a lot of younger people this year, and I like it. Like it's
Oh, good.
like we can still be dicks to each other, but it's fun.
Irene, we were so excited to have you, like I said, and this exceeded even my wildest expectations. You were so great and so
Yeah.
generous, and the fact that we got to see you play a little bit, and we're
And
going to
you won.
include some of that if that's cool, just because
No,
it
go for it.
was unique. But thank you so much for doing this, and we're so excited to see where you go and what
Yeah.
happens to you. You know.
So
Yeah,
what is
no.
next? Oh, sorry, I interrupted you. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say thank you for having me. Like this, I'm getting used. I think this is my second podcast, and so when I explain it to my grandparents, they're like, "What is it?" I'm like, it's like an interview slash just a bunch of people talking on the internet." They're like, so like an interview. I'm like, no, like it's more like casual. Well, that sounds like an interview. I'm like, okay, well, yep.
I would say
No.
don't use this podcast to show them what a podcast is. That'd be my advice.
But no, thank you for having me. Like this was cool. Like this is cool. So
Just to cap it
thanks.
off, where can we see you next? What is the next
Yes.
thing you're looking at?
Okay, so I am in the midst of booking everything. Like I just found out some very important information about Canadian Nationals. So it is September the 3rd, and I'll be flying to Japan September the 4th. And I'm hoping, just like with the visas and everything, that I get to stay a little extra because like World Championships is September 7th to the 9th. So yeah, I'm just kind of like gearing up to get like to go to nationals in Japan. But I also do have a professional long drive tour events August 27th in Utah. So I'll be driving out August 25th. And it's actually really cool. My grandparents, they're going to be driving in a separate vehicle with us. So
Oh, that's so
Nice.
great.
yeah,
So where
Yeah.
are Canadian Nationals at?
Port Rowan, Ontario.
Where's that? Port Rowan?
Rowan? Yeah, Ontario.
Hmm.
It's like 2 hours southwest of Toronto.
Mm.
Yeah. But
And
I'll be in or go ahead.
I was going to say, but then Japan is the Nationals?
No, so
No.
Nationals okay. Canadian Nationals is at Port Rowan.
Then she's gonna win
And-
that, and then
Oh,
she goes
and then
Japan.
World.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
it.
World
Calling your shot.
Championships.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Perfect.
So if you guys want to go golfing in Toronto, I'm there from the 31st. I guess I could golf the 31st, 1st, and 2nd.
Oh my God, we would love that. If you want to
Yeah.
play, we would.
Every guest asks if we want to go golfing with them, and this
Yeah.
is the first time I'm like, yeah, I would
Yeah,
like to. I mean,
including
say we would like to, but this is the first time we meet it.
including GLP.
Yeah,
Sorry,
GLP. Yeah. Yeah.
I think you just have to fly, jump on the airplane. Let's go.
I'm moving back to Toronto and I arrive September 2nd.
Oh,
Whoa.
Oh, and I fly to Canmore to Calgary on September 3rd.
What?
So it's all falling apart. We're just
all right, Irene. It's me and you and 2 bucket hats. Let's do
Yeah.
it. We'll do it
Yeah.
in Toronto. That would be great. That'd be so much fun. Let's try to make that happen.
No, like honestly, because I'm just trying to golf. Like I'm just
Yeah.
trying to stay loose. Like at this point, there's no point for me to like I just believe in if I'm having fun, I do extremely better.
Yeah.
If I think like on the go, like focus, like for me, like mental health is important. Like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
couldn't
let's go
agree more.
golfing.
Okay, let's do it.
You're killing it, Irene. I believe in you.
thank you so much for doing this.
Yeah,
This
this
is great. Oh, that was good.
Oh my God. I mean, what a topsy-turvy episode with the getting some scary news about Monty at the top and not able to join us, but and then and Irene playing and getting to witness some of that and hear some of that. And I guess
Yeah.
when you watch the video, you'll see some of that. But
Yeah, and I'm glad we got it all on video. That when you two bullied me,
yeah. Well,
there was some bullying.
Yeah, I mean, you can dish it out, but can't take it, Daryl.
Yeah, well, I don't even know why. I thought that was my character. I just dished it out.
and never took it.
Never crossed my mind I'd have to take some.
That was I thought just an incredible conversation with Irene.
Yeah. She's such an interesting person and so down to earth and
yeah,
fun loving. Yeah.
Right. And real and serious and excited about the future. And I think so many incredible things could happen, which is so cool.
It's crazy to meet someone who's excited about the future. You
Right?
hear about those people, but you never meet them. They never come.
Not like the 3
to your
hosts of
orbit.
this podcast who
No.
are like on the downturn.
Yeah. Our best days are behind us.
That's right. At least we're consistent in the format of our podcast. We do outros all the time and we never have any meandering.
Yeah, and we managed to keep all the hosts together for the outro, which is really impressive on our part.
At this stage, just to pull the curtain back, we've been podcasting for 2 hours and 35 minutes. So I don't know.
No, an hour and 35.
Oh no, we started at 9. Oh, 1 hour.
Yeah, 1 hour 35. So
That's how delirious I am.
Yeah. You've had a long day, and
True.
but that was a fun episode. I hope everybody enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in. I guess
Keep giving us that feedback. We love it.
Yeah, we actually do. We appreciate the feedback, and follow us on TikTok if that's what people do.
Share it. Do something.
We're so huge into TikTok now. We're
oh my God.
TikTokity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok on the brain. It's incredible. Thank you for listening, everyone, and keep playing well out there.